Ladies and gentlemen, I am Melvin Banks.
And this is Ito.
And we are
the Carbonation Conversation.
Reviewing We Own This City, Episode 4.
Part 4.
And if you like what you hear and what you will eventually see, to the point where I'm just going to have to stop saying what you eventually see. I'm just going to say see it here. Don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell so you can get those notifications every time we post something up for your listening ears currently. And don't hesitate to contact MoBeats89 in the description below if you are ever interested in his work. So, got a couple of things I want to say before we really get started. Even when we really do get started, I still got some shit to say. But I guess the first thing to say on a serious note, the last time we did a review, you did mention to me about the whole violence at the school, 14 kids getting killed at the time, 2 teachers. That has definitely increased to 21 total. 2 teachers, 19 children. This shit is horrible. We are like the only country that thinks we are great, but yet we are like the only ones that have this problem. So we just need to fix it.
Yeah.
And the discussion.
There was actually another shooting by my job last night behind one of the garages and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of activity going on over there at my job.
Yeah,
crazy.
It's sad that we've just become so numb to it to a certain degree. Like, you know, we would think at this point we would see at least a little bit of change. I know I'm probably not going to get my own way, because if I had it my own way, would none of y'all be working in government right now? But I digress. Another big thing we have today is Ito has joined us on his birthday. Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I really do appreciate you being willing to record on your birthday.
Of course.
And I do have a birthday present for you. I'm going to have to get up in my chair to get. But first, we're going to do a shout out to you. Happy birthday, sir.
Thank you. Shout out to me.
So, I don't have a video camera, nor will I be recording this, but, you know, you can post a picture later.
Of course. Ooh. Bamboo.
Yes. I was just at Benny's and I was looking for, you know me, I'm always trying to look for different stuff.
This is rum, right?
Yes, that is rum.
I swear at work, someone brought this up today.
Really?
Yes. He said
what
one of
coincidence.
my bosses at work today, where me, Miguel, and him were talking about liquors, and he said he's a rum guy. He said one of my favorite rums, and that's why it sounded familiar. It was Bamboo, but then they also said, it has an X on it. So I'm like, that's why, boom, like, damn, this is it.
You know what that means? Before you leave, we gotta try this. You gotta try this out. Dedicate that to some some actor or something on here. Oh yeah, well, whatever.
Then speaking of my buddy Miguel,
yes,
our Happy New Beer today is Steve Austin's Broken Skull American Lager.
I can't wait to try this.
A gift from my buddy Miguel at work.
Thanks, Miguel. We appreciate it,
Happy
son.
New Beer.
Maybe one day you'll come on, if you're not too chicken shit. It takes a lot to get on this mic, man. People think it's like simple.
I know.
You get recorded, like,
he acts like he would be down, but I feel like he's just one of those. Hello. How are you?
Yeah. Okay. This is really good.
It is.
This is really, really good. I'm gonna have to check this out. Very own distinctive flavor too.
Yeah.
And I like the can. Almost looks like it. Definitely reminds me of PAX. I'm just gonna say it.
With the colors, of course.
Colors. I do like the barbed wire on it though. That's pretty cool.
Definitely.
So the last time we spoke, it was Ayler's turn. He was getting basically interrogated. I do want to mention one thing because I guess it's a little bit important. We did have a little bit of a heated back and forth. I don't think Jenkins is racist. I just thought that was a racist comment. Yeah. That was what I was trying to say. But anyways, now we have a totally different character who is basically being interrogated today. But before we get to that character, the scene, and before I even start, I do want to say this. Mm-hmm. This was probably because we first did the original episode 1, we did scene by scene. Yeah. And the episode 2 and 3, we did stories. This episode for me blended in a lot with FBI Wayne and Ward.
Yeah.
And the DOJ, and I think I had Suter in here for like a half a second.
Yeah.
DOJ and Suter's stories were pretty fucking quick.
Yeah.
You want to get through those two first, or do you want to talk about the meat?
Now, what's our? I feel like we can kind of go in a certain order.
Yeah.
You know, feel like we could just start off with April 19th, 2010.
Okay.
Where it was, I guess, a car chase scene where
with
Wayne was working with Suter at the time, and basically they're chasing this guy.
No, Wayne's working with Gwen.
Was it with Gwen?
Gwen, the Asian lieutenant sergeant now. But go ahead.
I think Suter was there too.
So he
was there. Yeah, he came later.
Eventually came. Yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, they ended up basically the guy they were chasing hits another car where elderly couple where the man passes away, which was like, you know, one of those. Then basically the guy they were chasing had nothing on him.
Exactly. It was really questionable.
Right. So Jenkins basically, he would have been in deep shit because you're chasing this guy basically out of discrimination.
Yep.
And they end up killing somebody because of an accident.
Exactly. And what we see in this episode in particular is Wayne Hunch is like borderline between racial profiling and like 1% Batman.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost like a coin flip if he's going to be right this time.
Yeah.
It's very stereotypical. You see somebody with a backpack. You see somebody with certain car, bro, in the 90s. You remember the Trans Am?
Yeah, of course.
Man, motherfuckers was getting pulled over all the time. Even Dodge Chargers, I found out recently, was like a hood pullover car. I didn't even know. I was like, really? Oh yeah, I do know a couple of people with them Dodge Chargers. But yeah, like you say, they pull him over, can't find anything. Ginn is looking at the dude, at Wayne, just like, bro,
what the fuck?
I told you they didn't have anything. And then all of a sudden you see this white old patrol officer going towards the
Wayne
car.
makes a little phone call, you know, and this guy walks by, you know, does something, makes eye contact with Wayne, gives him a little nod, and Wayne's like, hey, Suter, why don't you go through that car one more time just in case we missed something?
Yep. And so we already knew what it was about. And that's pretty unfortunate because this is the thing. They're jumping out on people in a very dangerous neighborhood. I know they got the big police on the vest and everything. But I'm going to give the regular civilians a little bit of credit here. Man, when motherfuckers jumping out, pulling you over like that, you may not honestly believe that they're police officers.
Yeah.
You may be just trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Which was what old boy said. He's like, I didn't know you were cops. You know what I'm saying? This actually was a true story. And the guy continued to say, like, they did not say they were cops. They just came out with your guns drawn.
Yeah, what did Wayne said? You saw our flashing lights or whatever he called them, but that's what he was trying to say. Like, we were flashing our lights in the car.
Yes, and so now we're moved to the interrogation scene between the FBI, I'm assuming that's the assistant U.S. attorney, the tall, bald-headed guy.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah, and
the
Ward,
new character, Maurice Ward.
And his attorney.
Right.
And before it even starts, Ward goes, I just want to let you guys know this didn't mean to happen. I apologize.
Yes.
You know, he wanted to let them know that, you know, this got kind of out of hand.
Yeah.
You know, and when we
then it's like, do you believe, just say type, like, do you believe him or do you think he's, you know what I mean?
I want to ask you, just from the actor's sake.
Yeah.
Do you believe him in general, as far as the money is concerned?
At first, yes. Then later on, we could discuss. I don't know if that's this episode or next episode, but you know what I mean, something else that kind of like.
I had to watch the previous episode, so I didn't say anything.
Right.
Episode 5, I'm right there with you. Okay, cool. I was just curious because the actor who played Ward was very compelling. He really. Basically, you kind of believe him.
Yeah.
But basically, they start talking about a specific.
Yeah. Well, that he joined Wayne's team in 2015, and that he didn't know much about him, but that Suter told him basically learn what you can from Wayne, but as soon as you can, get the hell out of there.
I'm so glad I did watch this episode over again because I thought Suter was the one who planted the drugs. I didn't know it was like the random white patrol guy. Because when Suter came, I was like, so Suter is dirty. Up at this point, we don't know if Suter is like dirty.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah.
I thought he was, but when I rewatched, I was like, oh no, he didn't.
Exactly.
So as soon as it's like, hey bro, do what you got to do, get the fuck out. Because basically, bottom line, what we realize is ain't nobody gonna turn in Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne is protected. Period.
But everybody else ain't.
Right.
Like when the dominoes fall, they fall pretty much. So they basically talk about another scenario where they end up pulling over this car, and it's Ward, Taylor, and Wayne, and they this is the part where they're talking about the Baltimore Towers,
Right.
Basically,
The BT Spring or something.
yeah, BT Spring, and basically what they were doing was pretending to be federal agents robbing drug
Yeah,
dealers.
basically. It was a hot spot area.
Yep.
They found some drug dealers. Wayne looks and sees a camera. Hey, move that car up a little bit.
Man.
You know, block that camera in case we find something,
Yeah,
you know?
playing no games. I would have been like, what camera? Don't look, Melvin, don't look.
Right, because that's what he was like. Hey, what's up with your shoes? Don't look up.
Exactly. And man, it looked like they cleared something a little under 50. Because
Yeah.
Wayne gave them 5 each, and then he kept the rest. And he's like, "Oh, I'm trying to
Yeah.
fix my car or some shit."
Exactly, some stupid shit. He tells them how to basically spend the money. Don't be paying your bills off or nothing like that, where it could come back to you.
Exactly.
You know.
And what's so crazy about this is when we see the first indication of Ward maybe not really. Ward may be like Commissioner Gordon. You know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, he was still in overtime.
Yeah,
So
he was still doing that.
Yeah.
He was just like, in this scenario, they told him put the money back because that's what he says he did.
And they ask
You
him
know.
why. First, they ask him why, and he goes, "Well, the first thing is my wife is a officer.
She's also a cop, and she's a clean cop.
Yeah, and I can't. Well, you know what I'm saying? Because when you win a couple, when you come with an absurd, if I would have won the lottery tomorrow and not tell my wife, I would be like, hey, we've been eating out for like 5 days straight. Where you getting all this money from? There's just no way
Exactly.
you could hide it from your significant other. And then they were like, oh, so can I ask you a question, Ward? And he goes, shoot. And they say something along the lines, so were you worried about how much money it was, or were you stealing anyway? And he was like, I was uncomfortable with the amount.
Yeah, basically.
He's like, yeah, I used to shake down, some dealers, get a little $100, do a little tax.
Right.
But we talking about $5,000
Right.
here.
It just didn't seem right. Right.
That's just funny.
He was kind of scared at the same time, like it was a setup or some shit, you know?
exactly. Like, I didn't know who that was. It could have been ID or anybody.
Right.
I did just laugh on that shit, though. I was like,
Yeah.
motherfucker, I'm a thief, but I ain't like a thief.
Right. Ain't that bad.
Oh, man.
This is when they go to the strip club.
Yeah.
Next.
Oh, my God.
And for some reason, Wayne is just seems like he's obsessed over this dwarf stripper. Mm-hmm. Got this fat ass too. He can't say no to that. It's
Yeah,
like, damn,
yeah.
she has a fat ass.
Meanwhile, it's funny how he's like holding the other stripper.
Right.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Right.
With the stripper? Anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, so he tells the one stripper that's already dancing on him, go get the dwarfs.
I'll take care of you.
You know,
You go.
you know what I mean. So he gets there, he's like, oh, we going to the back type of thing. He takes you to the back and like within seconds comes back out. And tells, hey, let's go. We gotta go, guys. We gotta go. He robs the dwarf stripper.
Yes. Now at this point, even Ward and oh boy Taylor are just like, dude, that's not cool. Like we just cleared all this money just in the same night. Not only that, I want to say Taylor and Ward, you should be absolutely ashamed of yourself eating steak at a strip club. God damn, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Hey, maybe Baltimore got some high class ass.
I mean, god damn.
It's a gentleman's club.
I'd be scared to
That's what makes it sound better, right?
Like, hey, you want some nachos?
Free pizza in the back.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
It got glitter on it.
This steak is slamming. I was like, is this motherfucker eating the steak?
With glitter on it? No.
But yeah, so obviously
Ward
then we is telling them this and they're just all shocked.
Yeah, of course. They're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then we jump to October 14th, 2012.
That is their actual first encounter when Ward meets Wayne for the first time.
We call this Wayne Jenkins Day.
I literally wrote that
Wayne Jenkins Day.
Now, you know what's so fucked up? The guy that they got pulled over on the curb is the same motherfucker that Herschel took that money from where he lost his rent, lost his job. They took the same car that Suter saw at the end of, like, I don't know if it was a previous.
Okay.
But yeah, that same car is the same. He's not joking when they said, dude, they pull me over all the time.
Yeah.
He was literally right there when Wayne was doing his little dance. Running Man and shit. I was just like, that is fucked up. He's like, man, this ain't right. He's sitting down on the curb doing all of this shit. But yeah, you're right. Wayne Jacobs Day. This dude is drinking my car. Just got the news. He made sergeants, and he is ready to celebrate. Man, even all of his other. Mikey Fries, he just looks like a cop, man. That just the way he looks, he almost reminded me of the boy who never talked in the strike team from the Shield, Ronnie.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
I was
like that last season. He came. It looks almost like him, but yeah, they're like, man, we must be fucked up if you got promoted.
For real.
And and I think that's when Wayne meets Donnie, right? Well, technically Wayne does have a little period with his kid and all of that shit, but that's
But before we get Happy New Beer.
Yes, dude, I'm almost finished with this beer.
I would be too if I didn't have that Corona Familiar before. No.
Hey, I'm not going to open. You only got a 4-pack, so I'm not going to open
No.
But yeah.
Today, we go to March 26, 2014. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Never mind. August 15, 2013.
Okay.
That's when Wayne goes to go see Donnie.
Yeah.
Was he a bail bondsman,
he's
right?
Bail bondsman, and I think he's the owner of the strip club, right? It's like Double D's.
Something like that.
A strip club and a bail
right.
is the greatest. It's like laundry and then strip club.
Right.
Laundry casino or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
So Wayne's talking to him, and apparently Wayne wants to get into the drug business.
Yes, and he's just like,
yeah, like, if I, confiscate some drugs, can you sell, can you get rid of that for me, type of thing? And
not only that, he's like, hey, what if I bring you some other shit?
Yeah.
And dude was just like, well, let's just stick with this. Let's just stick with that. Fun fact, old boy in real life used to get his coke from the Colombians until he switched and started getting coke from Wayne.
Wow.
He was like, hey, the Colombian called me like, hey, we noticed that you stopped picking up your order. But anyway, so yeah, Wayne goes into he goes into business with him.
Yeah.
And then this is where we kind of get a situation. I do want to talk about this little brief scene because it confused the fuck out of me.
Which one?
It was
car
the
accident?
FBI. No, not the car accident. But you want to go to the car accident first? Is that what?
Well, yeah, that's what I had.
Okay, go.
That's March 26, 2014.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to see another car accident, but apparently Wayne ran over the guy.
Yes.
And tried to claim that he had a gun pointed at him, but there is no gun to be found.
Exactly.
So guess what he does?
Yes. Gang gets to the scene and he automatically is like, Wayne, what the fuck? Like a car is turned over, Wayne is bleeding, dude screaming, and he's just like, hey dude, he pointed a gun at me, yada yada yada. And then Ginn gets his team and he goes, hey, everybody, search for this gun.
Right.
Search for this gun. He calls his boy Keith. I don't know if it's his sergeant or I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I just love how he just rode up in plain clothes and just literally dropped that piece there, though. I was like, man, I guess those are friends you need,
exactly.
Right? I guess.
Something. And
basically saved Wayne's life, basically, in this particular situation. Now, the only other thing I did want to discuss that to me got kind of just like I feel like they didn't know where to put this scene.
Okay.
That was when McDougal and all the FBI and the assistant U.S. attorney was talking, and they mentioned that they were about to give Wayne the information that.
Oh yeah.
I was so confused because they're interrogating War, and they just put that shit there. They put that shit there for the ending because Jensen's like, oh, I almost told Wayne.
Exactly.
I feel like you should have just put that shit in the beginning because I was so. I'm like,
because that was like that's the only thing about this is all back and forth. You got to know what timeline you're in.
Exactly.
So when that happened, that was in the timeline when Wayne Jenkins' day timeline.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean? When he first got sergeant, and basically he's going to be in charge he's going to be the new. He's taking over Aller's spot, basically.
Exactly.
So he's like, oh, we're investigating already that team, so let's warn them. Mm-hmm. That's what FBI wanted to until McDougal and them were like, hey, well,
we've heard
stories. You know what I mean?
Now I can go one way or the other. I want to see how you have.
I'm on Suter in the courtroom.
Okay, yeah. So all right, cool. Now this whole situation, as far as Suter's story, is pretty fucked up, really. Like they can't get jurors.
Yeah, he's sitting there watching them interview, or the judges or whatever, lawyers interview potential jurors.
Yes.
And basically it's a case that has to do with a cop. So they basically don't want any part of the jury because they're biased against the Baltimore police. Call them liars and thieves.
Yeah, everybody has a situation in their personal life where the police has affected somebody. Or someone
a couple people had a little story here and there. Then they were like, if you raise your hand, if you basically bias against the police, almost everybody,
And even in the later scene that Suter has, he straight tells him, the guy's just like, bro, we had to get like retired police officers and moms who have like literally lost their children from gang violence.
Yes.
That's what we have now.
For juries.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, wow, shit, even like...
That's still kind of like...
That's a little scary. Yeah. Retired cops, like, ooh, I didn't even know you could just kind of sneak them. And that didn't even process in my fucking head. So that is pretty fucked up. Would never want to be a juror in like a murder trial ever. Oh shit! Oh, you're good. I'm pretty sure somebody just wants to say happy birthday.
Yeah, it's my brother calling.
But yeah, so again, the way I have my notes, that's why I was like, I don't know which path you want to go.
I got Nicole. Nicole sees that there's proof that cops were caught lying in the court, only to be put back on the streets. Yes. And when they make future arrests, they wouldn't let them go back to court.
Yep, and basically her and Ahmed go to Commissioner Davis
to question him.
And basically he says, look, the old commissioner and the attorney general, the state's attorney, basically had a pissing match.
Right.
They were mad at her, or whoever the attorney general was at that time, or the state's attorney, sorry. It seems what was happening is the cops will come with evidence and maybe was lying or perjuring themselves, and she was saying, hey, we need more evidence before I can even take this to trial. So basically both of them were mad. The commissioner was mad because the people that they were arresting were not getting trials or convictions because the state's attorney believed that the evidence was insufficient.
Right.
Wow. So they basically got mad, had a stalemate.
Yeah, of course.
And
so that's why it's so fucked up that they keep coming at this commissioner and like, I just got this job.
Yeah.
This is the ones before me, and how many have been before me in the last 10 years? You know what I mean? It's not his fault. And I feel bad for the commissioner in a way. You know what I mean?
And the only thing that Nicole did have to comment to after they left was, I do feel for Davis, but it wasn't like he tried to reopen any of these, nor did the previous new commissioners try to say, hey, let's open this back up. Let's take this to trial. Let's get these bad cops off the street. Everybody looked the other way in this city. It just is what it is. That's why the state's attorney, I think her name was Mosley, her ass was canned. They did, you know what I'm saying? I think did she go to jail?
I can't remember.
Maybe, anyways, but what's next? What do you have?
Well, the one part of the McDougal and them story when they told them about Wayne Jackson, basically that led them to find a video where Wayne lies about finding drugs.
Yes.
And but basically kind of scares a prosecutor into giving him verbal instead of the mandatory 20-day suspension.
Yeah, this was really weird because basically they had him recorded for like an hour with the suspect he pulled over.
Right.
And you just see the suspect go from his car to Wayne's car. He's talking to him. And then you even see Wayne's superior officer. I don't know if that's his union rep. It looks like his boss. She is looking at the camera and she is just like, they don't see you taking out these drugs. He's like, oh my, I guess the time went out. It's like, no, Wayne, you planted them. But she's like, hey, just stick to your story. That's basically what she's telling him. So again, everybody is looking out for Wayne.
Of course.
And even that's what Ward says. I'm gonna pivot back to there. Do you wanna that's why I have on my notes when they basically kinda ask Wayne, they're just like, hey, you must have had to know about all of this shit.
You mean Ward?
I'm sorry, I keep saying Wade. I'm sorry, Ward. When they go back into the interrogation room.
What about the bus with over $100,000 thing?
Yeah. Because basically he's saying like, hey, a lot of stuff happened here. Now, Did the bus come before the riots? Was it the
riots are
first?
first? Yeah.
Okay,
that's
so
what I have next.
Because Wayne, see, I keep saying Wayne again.
Stop.
If I say Wayne one time,
No more drinking.
I'm not even buzzed. But Ward basically says one of the reasons why Wayne is untouchable is because of a couple of things that happen, and one of them has to do with the Freddie Gray riots.
Right.
He basically
So April 27, 2015. It's a few weeks after the Freddie Gray and the riots are going on. But yeah, Wayne gets riled up with other officers. Mm-hmm. Prepare for war. Mm-hmm. Fuck Freddie Gray is what he says. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let's show them who runs this city. You know, type. Mm-hmm. And they basically gets in a van with some people. Right. They drive to the riot. Gets in line like nothing. Somebody throws a brick or something.
He's like, you better not, motherfucker.
He throws it. He snatches his ass.
Exactly.
Right. I was like, I ain't gonna lie. I was like, all right, Wade. Fuck this nigga. But I don't know. I just like that part.
What's so crazy is he was helping officers who were wounded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was really taking charge and everything. He even bought them like $600 worth of food.
Right.
Wayne knows how to get people behind him. It is basically the little things,
people,
man.
Police behind him.
I mean, his co-workers. You know, people love him. That is, you know, more they love you, the more hard it is to get rid of you.
It's like, I've heard some shit, babe, but that day he came in.
Did you see how much chicken he spent? $600. You know what I'm saying?
Where'd he get that $600?
Exactly. And then not only that, Wayne gets I want to say encouraged, but I forget the word that you used. It wasn't encouraged, but he gets encouraged once he finds out that the officers who arrested Freddie Gray are basically getting charged with murder, to the point where he wants to email everybody in the state to help him. I broke down Wayne started a GoFundMe, because basically that's what that was. Him saying, hey, we need to support these officers. So here we have three different incidents. We have the riot, we got the chicken, and we got the emails.
Yeah, that was a couple of days later. So like June 23rd.
Yeah,
that's when Wayne and they're in a restaurant discussing. Is that what I'm talking about? No. I'm talking about something. Okay, that's something.
Yeah. That's the last part.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just those three things that basically this is why people love and respect Wayne and want to protect him, because he's a man's man, cop's cop.
Right.
And then we get to this is what I wrote, the big lie.
This was
wild.
This was crazy.
And so basically, they end up finding drugs in a guy's car. And basically, they end up getting his address, goes to the place, and not only do they find more drugs, but they find a safe. So immediately, Wayne and his other two partners, Taylor and somebody else, along with Ward, basically they tell Ward to stay while they go get a warrant to open the safe, basically.
Yeah, the warrant was, a crowbar?
I was wondering, was he for real when he said that?
Like, I knew he wasn't.
Okay, I was like, is he actually
I knew that wasn't for real.
Oh, yeah, and so meanwhile,
and it was basically they busted that thing open and it was over $100,000 in there.
Man, it's crazy. Wayne's like, that look like it's over 100. He's like, yeah, okay, take 100, put the rest back, and we're gonna make a movie.
We're good, right?
Like, what?
Yep.
I was like,
close it back up. Just go to your last hit and you open it. Just reenact it. Record it on your phone.
I was like,
just like, wow,
bro. I've seen the real footage.
Really?
It is only
really.
It is amazing. It's more hilarious because it's there, but it goes exactly the way they go down. Wayne's just like, don't touch the body. I'm gonna call you. Is that over $5,000? I'm gonna call you. It's protocol for us to call this. And I was just like, bro, I'm dying. That shit had me rolling.
That's hilarious.
Yes. And so they pocket, according to Ward, each of the guys. By the way, I do want to stress that before Wayne told them to do this, the guys were like, and he left. There was three black officers. After your white sergeant leaves, and they are all looking at each other. They say, "Bro, are we really doing this?" Poor shot. and that's so funny because they're all looking at each other, but no one wants to be the one to say, "Bro, we know this isn't." We know this is gonna fuck us. This, you know what I'm saying? But nah, and the other dude just like, let's go. He starts fucking recording, and then they just go up. Man, they just go, boss, we can find something down here. And then obviously we know the rest is history.
Of course.
Wayne gives them 20 grand a piece. Man, I would be fucking terrified. I agree with what War. It's like 20 grand, dude. Like if I found 20 grand on the street, just randomly, I would be looking over my shoulder for the next 2 weeks.
For real.
But for probably a couple of months, I'm like, man, you know, everybody got these wings out. You know, some people be recording. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would be fucking terrified.
Hell yeah.
Wayne ass, don't give no fucks.
Don't give two shits.
I'm really interested to know how much money he cleared because they said, well, so how much did Wayne take? Were you guys mad that he didn't split it evenly? It's like, hell no. That's motherfucking Wayne Jenkins, bitch. like Wayne is basically the new Mikey Fries. Every time he come down the street and you see Mikey Fries, they run. They say, oh, that's Mikey Fries.
That's Mikey Fries.
I love that line, bro. John Barathol is just on another level.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just really weird. And what we also find out,
and then of course Ward throws his money like in some grass
and
or something.
U.S. assistant attorney's like, nah. You expect me to believe? He's like, bro, like, what the fuck was I gonna do with this money?
So
like,
let's take the shout out to Ward.
Yeah.
I'm with my bamboo. That was smooth as hell.
Man, that was very smooth. Okay, now.
Wow.
Okay, now. Whoa. Okay.
Yes. So, now we go to June 23rd, 2016. Yeah. This is when Wayne and fellow officers in the restaurant discussing their overtime pay.
Yeah.
Robbing people.
Basically.
Robbing people.
Yeah.
Wayne talks about how he's the golden boy and protected. And, he keeps the team motivated by his overtime. No more 8 to 4s. We got shorter days. As long as they got their numbers, we can put whatever fucking hours we want to put.
Hell yeah. He's like, y'all motherfuckers. He's like, y'all got them shifts that say 8 to 4. No, you come in at 2.
Come in at 2, like, but we're still And then it's like, and he actually says, they know who runs this city. We own this city,
man, and I love it.
He said the title of the show.
I love it how they were just like, "Hey, man, I made 35, I made 61, I made 82."
Yeah,
he's like, "I made 83 a year and then 85." But he's like 85 to 83 overtime. I'm like, bro,
wow.
Now, what's so crazy is that's happening in our city.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that they're abusing overtime because I'm not finna,
accuse them.
But what I'm saying is like police officers, firemen, et cetera, they can cash out that overtime that they don't take or those vacation days. And I remember reading the article like we paid out like over $5 million in like vacation.
This was a couple years ago, right? Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
Fuck, man, but yeah, I mean, and again, not that they don't deserve that. I'm not finna sit up here and say that they don't deserve it. I'm just saying. A lot of fucking money, you know what I'm saying? But hell yeah, man, I'm sorry, definitely digging this. I mean, as far as notes, I really don't have anything else in my notes to say.
The show ends with showing Ward's money in the grass.
I hope somebody found it. If that was
I'm pretty sure someone found
it. Help somebody's life out.
Probably be like the worst person that found it.
Yes, yeah, man, right. Hopefully not.
Now I get to buy a gun. No.
Right. But yeah, man. Obviously this isn't gonna end well. We have 2 episodes left, and I am just really, really waiting on the interrogation between Wayne. But now I'm starting to think that maybe he won't even talk. Maybe it's just going to be him.
Straight to the court?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, he may not even say nothing like, I'm not guilty, and that's it.
Simple
you know
as
what I'm saying? But I do want that confrontation, that reveal from the FBI, like, we know everything. And him just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think,
He's probably, I feel like he's that type, like, so what if I took money? What do I do for the city? Type of shit. Like, you know what I mean?
I even love that. Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see that fucking monologue. But definitely, other than that, man, thank you for letting us record on your birthday.
No problem.
Much appreciated. Once again, I'm almost finished with this Broken Skull.
Happy New Beer.
Happy New Beer. Once again, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, all of that good shit. And definitely send us some pictures of some beer and liquor from to Instagram. Ito's really controlling that shit. I don't do the page.
You need to start.
Yeah, I know, right? But
I
yeah.
barely put stuff so far. Let's try here and there.
I know Mo was like he's gonna help too. But ladies and gentlemen, help me wish Ito a happy birthday. And as always, don't drink and drive.
Drink and vibe.
Peace.